What's good, y'all? It's Downtown Brown, and you know what it is. It's another edition of Ring Theory, backed by Destiny, backed by the Nefarious Media Network, backed by, you know who it is, my tag team partner, my man, main event, fresh off the road from Forbidden Door, Jay Lacey, Mid-Card Mafia.
What's good? What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's been sunny. It's been warm. We didn't hit up to 100 degrees here in Michigan, so I'm eating and living well. It's the summertime. Ooh. How are you doing, man?
A lot better. This weekend has been crazy, man. Aside from Forbidden Door, I had a little bit of a health scare, but thank God I'm on the other side of it, man. So there's been a little bit of delay of everything, but yeah, it's good to be standing on all 10 toes, brother. But yeah, doing good. Can't wait to talk about what's going on this past weekend, especially with AEW, all the other events that happened this weekend, man. So can't wait to get into it.
And with that, the summertime, we got stuff heating up, man. We got TNA, we got Uha Nation over there debuting at Slammiversary, doing his thing. Mm-hmm. We got Dolph Ziggler. Oh, excuse me. Nick Nemeth, the new TNA World Champion. That's the TNA side of things. I don't know how many people watch Slammiversary. I didn't, but I did follow the coverage. And so, hey, I'm just keeping it transparent. I'm not going to be over here trying to front like, oh, yeah, I was locked in. No, I wasn't. I was literally anywhere else. I think I was on the river. But with that said, we're going to talk about Forbidden Door. But what happened before Forbidden Door was Night of Champions, and we also will cover that as well. And so, but we had boots on the ground. We had the big steppers in San Jose kicking in that Forbidden Door, they said. They said, let us in! And so what I want to hear about is, Jay, tell me your experience with Forbidden Door. How was getting there? How was the venue? How was the crowd? How was your immediate experience overall, man? Did you have a good time? And tell me about the views.
Okay, so here we go. So first of all, shout out to Chris Ely, friend of the program. What up, Doc? He was there as well too, and we had a photographer, man. So I was able to also hire my son, bro. So I paid him to come out. First time doing media, get him able to network with some other people in the industry as well. That's something that he wants to do, is more sports media, and so able to give him a media pass. And shout out to AEW as well too for providing that to us and just giving us an amazing experience, man. So getting up there, if you've ever been to the Bay Area, traffic is horrendous, bro. So we get basically, it should take about 2.5 hours from my doorstep to SAP Center. It did not. It took us about almost 3.5, almost close to 4 hours to get there just because of traffic. It was just that bad. I don't know if they were working on the roads. I don't know what was going on, but we got rerouted. But thankfully, we got there. We missed the Drilla Maloney match, but we got in time for the other two buy-in matches. And, when we got to the facility, this is not my first time in the SAP Center. I was there, not after Raw. I'm sorry, the Raw after Mania when they had it back when I forget exactly which one, but when they had it at the Levi Stadium.
WrestleMania 31.
Yeah. So I was there night after for the Raw night after. And every seat in that facility is a good seat. I mean, you're not going to miss much. But where we were sitting, you could actually see the massive cage, later called, Death's Door, which was apropos because as soon as I left the event, spoiler alert, I went to the emergency room. I literally physically saw Death's Door. So, but yeah, but I'm here. So we're not gonna, I'm thankful for that, bro. But anyway, the experience, bar none, bro. Top to bottom, I met some incredible fans. I actually got recognized, bro. It was crazy because the day before I did Collision Course with Kate, and I'm just happened to walk through, and I'm looking for the merch table because I wanted to pick up some some Swerve merch if I could find it. And lo and behold, this dude, shout out to Alan, he was like, "Hey, I recognize." I was like, "Nah, no, ain't no way, man. That's the first time that anything like that has ever happened." I had just had Nefarious on, right? And he recognized us from the NWA podcast. So shout out to Alan, man. And so going match after match, bro, and we'll talk to it if you want to go match by match. What my thoughts were. I thought the card was, top to bottom. It was good. I mean, I said it before as an analogy. AEW right now is on a streak where if they were an artist and they were putting out an album, there's no skips, none whatsoever, right? And just the whole wrestling event when it's planned. I was shocked that they closed with Swerve and Ospreay, which I think was the right call. I think the cage match to close the show would not have set the right tone. That cage match was incredible to see it live, and then also to take my son there because he hasn't been. He's a grown man. He doesn't watch wrestling so much anymore, but he respects the athletes that are involved. And just knowing him, the last event I took him to was like SummerSlam 2012, and he was a big edgehead. And when he found out, because I didn't tell him who was wrestling, who was on the card, whatever, he wanted to go in basically just as a blank slate. And he was like, "Who's wrestling?" And then I told him Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Like, Adam Copeland, I was like, he used to be Edge. He's like, "Oh, what?" And so to hear like the crowd, sing his theme, my son, you could just see him turn back into a little kid, just like, "Yo, this is crazy," right? And so what I did is I shot a little bit of an interview on the way home. So I'll post that to our Patreons first, and then we'll just release it live. So it's like a little 6-minute, just a recap of what his experience was. I don't want to give it all away, but that's what we call a teaser. So I captured his perspective of the event, and so by all in all, I'd say it was a 9 out of 10 experience for me. Personally, I was battling demons, bro. So I had a headache. I was sick. I tried not to let that impact me. But other than that, the physical aspect of it, I had a great time, bro.
See, that headache, that stomach ache, it's just emotions. You got to let that go. You got to throw that out the window. Because here, you just got to lock in. you channeling your inner John Moxley, and I'm proud of you, man. You doing your thing.
And here's the other thing too, bro. So going to the press conference, I know we're going to hit on this. So I might as well get ahead of it. I was able to ask Mercedes Moné a question. Now, granted, here's where I went wrong. And I can't fault her for this because the way she reacted, she had every right and that's her. I went into it as a fan in the media's chair versus being media and asking her that same question. So that's where I went wrong. That's where, basically I could have done two things. One, do exactly what I did, just STFU. And just, okay, this is you good. Or I could have just been like, "Oh, ain't no way you're going to talk to me like this." And again, I'm battling my own inner demons. I got a bacterial infection. I had no idea what I was working with, right? So I was just like, okay, bite your tongue. Let her have it. She's the star. You are not the star. Take the back seat, take the L. But it's not really an L. I don't look at it as an L. She got me, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I got a story to tell, bro. So it is what it is.
And you got a soundbite.
I got a soundbite out of it,
Nonetheless, you got a soundbite. And that's
I got a soundbite.
Hey, we swing. We up here, we new to the plate. And at the end of the day, we still getting our name out there, and we are still getting known.
Yeah.
So you got us out there. You got us known I don't know anybody else from Nefarious Chris, but I don't know anybody else from Nefarious asking questions like that as well. But no, we making moves, and so I watched the press conference. I watched the media scrum. I see the energy. I hear the energy. I don't take it as a slight. Hey, we up the bat. We still swingers. We big hitters, and y'all did y'all thing. And like I said, the sound bite is there, so I love it.
Yeah, and either way, I was in the room, and for whatever they said, don't check online for anything like that. I had to be a little nosy and check and see what was being said online. And you know what? I was in the room. I was put in that position to, either be the rabbit or be the bear. And I got what I got. Some people say I got it handed to me. I said that was a gift, man. She gave me a gift. So shout out to Mercedes Moné on that one, man.
That's your second time up the plate too.
Hey,
it ain't the last either.
No, absolutely not.
So like, hey, we live and we learn. Take the next one. We gonna hit with even harder questions.
Oh yeah.
And like that question, bet next time I see you, I got something different for you the next time.
Bet, man. So
let's talk about the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, all gas, no breaks with it. Let's speed through this show. We're not gonna go through the whole card. Cool. Tell me what stuck out to you. What are the big things live that stuck out to you, and then I'll cover with the big things that stuck out to me watching at home.
I mean, the triple tag team match, that was incredible. I did not have the Young Bucks winning, only because I said I did not think that they needed the win. Looking at the story, everything that they told, okay, I get it. I was wrong. It wasn't the first time I've been wrong, but I enjoyed the match. The match was, I've never seen, so many people in that arena just locked in, and the energy, I don't know how it came off across TV, but it did not dip at all. The energy was at such a high level, and man, that was a great vibe. One of the other matches, the Moxley match with Bandito, that went really well as well. All the matches, honestly, man, but the Mercedes Moné match, I think, to be honest with you, that was a star-making moment for Maya World. And the people around me, there is a couple people around me that were like rooting for Maya. Maya's gonna win. And I'm thinking, no, Maya's not going to win. That's not her job tonight. Her job tonight is to take the L, and her and Mercedes are going to have a star-making moment for Maya to go into the future and build on top of that momentum. And that's exactly what happened, man. I think that was probably my match of the night. The Tekla Starlight Kid match was really, really done well. Dude, there's way too many matches that could have been matches of the night. And I'm not going to hold you, bro, but the cage match exceeded my expectations, because I was like, okay, how are the conglomerate, especially with Orange Cassidy, he's not really a serious cage match type of wrestler. How are they going to take his particular skill set and put it in such a violent type of match? And again, they figured it out. They got Leo Rush involved, and he's on a historic run right now with the Blackheart character. He's killing it, and putting him into the match was a great way to get him on the pay-per-view. And I know I'm a little bit of everywhere, but I mean, dude, there were so many different moments, man. Even the buy-in, Divine Dominion and Thunder Rosa and Olympia. My gosh. Another match that was like, I wasn't familiar with Olympia's game, but my goodness, bro. All four ladies, really, really worked and put an awesome effort, man. So, yeah, top to bottom, like I said, if this was an album, there is no skips.
I like to hear that. I like that. So, like, you saying the Maya World match stuck out for you? Hey, at home, that is my number one match of this show. And I love Swerve and Ospreay.
Yeah.
That is, to me, my number one Forbidden Door match, period. I was at the first two, and I love Will and Omega too. I think that match is amazing. I think Don ruins the end of it. But of all the Forbidden Doors, I think Will and Swerve won my number one AEW match. So to have that ran back and to not miss when it is ran back, I think that's a great follow-up. But, man, the emotion I felt during that Maya World match, because then it made me check back in with myself and say, yo, I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get the Athena match against Mercedes at this pay-per-view, but I am no longer disappointed because I am loving what they are doing with it. They are building a new star with Maya that can now turn around, focus on Athena, and then end Athena's reign. I'm so sorry, Billy Starks. The trigger just should have been pulled a long time ago. You are this generation's Lex Luger. No disrespect, no shade. The man got plenty of world title reigns. The man, it's just you. I don't think you want to end the story at this point. Personally, it's Maya. I think Maya needs to go all the way to whatever the main show is going to be all in weekend, and she needs to snatch that belt from Athena. Or, hey, Tony, I'm going to charge you with this, Tony. Maybe don't even put it on the ROH show. Put it on All in London and let Maya beat Athena there on the biggest stage of them all. That's so
not a bad idea.
Hey, I would love to see that. But Kenny getting his win over Zach, cool little match, smooth. Mox and Bandito, what a spectacle. Mox just keeps winning, and then, hey, in this role, he ain't the worst person in the world. I can put up with it. And he telling some stories, and I like the stories he's actually telling right now. I'm not gonna say he wasn't telling stories prior, because he was. I just wasn't really vibing with the story he was telling. I'm feeling it a little bit more now. So cool, let's rock. The Bucks, I told y'all we get to that ladder match.
Yeah.
So hey, they gotta build themselves up. You saw Cope and Cage building themselves up against the Dogs. We got Guns Up, Jay White back on the scene.
Super happy.
After over a year. That was crazy. How did you feel about his return?
I was genuinely shocked because that was one of my questions going into if it wasn't answered during the press conference, was any word on, any upcoming returns on Jay White? Because, again, it's been a year. And for that to be answered right then and there, I was like, oh, here we go. Yeah. So happy to see him back. Happy to see the Gun Club back in full effect now. And, I think that with them and the Dogs, I think that's a great rivalry to, have the Dogs transition to, because they've been trying to tell that story on Collision. So now that we've got another player with Jay White and them, the Dogs having history with Jay White, let's see how that plays out.
So I got a big question for you when it comes to Jay White, and we're going to divert a little bit from Forbidden Door. Okay. What is Jay White's match at All In London? Because to let you know, the man has missed the last two All-Ins. The man has been hired the entire time for all of the All-In pay-per-views. He has only wrestled at the first one in a trios match that we all know about, but we only hear about the Takeshita part of beating Kenny Omega. He was on Takeshita's team.
Yeah.
So what is his big match? Does he have a singles match? Does he have another tag match so everybody can be on the card? Or does he finally get a showcase match? Because he is one of the main eventers they could be building around of somebody who could challenge for that world title again.
I could see him in a trios match against the Dogs with Gabe Kidd. Or you could actually, have him singled out against Gabe Kidd at Forbidden Door. Not Forbidden Door, I'm sorry, All In. So I wouldn't mind either or. I mean, just to, again, get him back into the ring, either in the singles or even in, like I said, the trios, just to get the Dogs all on the card and have them ready to go. I mean, sheesh. I mean, going back to the Dogs where, without the visa issues, from what I understand, Gabe Kidd was supposed to take on Shota Umino, and Pac did a great job with that match. I mean, him just throwing Umino out onto the floor, onto that table was insane. You know,
trying to build that, man.
Yeah. So again, all the performers really shined. And again, to your question, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay White and Gabe Kidd either in a singles 1-on-1 or even in some kind of trios type of match.
I said I could see Gabe. I would like Gabe more. I sadly think they're gonna go David Finlay because on Dynamite they had made mention of, oh, we came to the dojo together.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, we were in the club together. He's the one who David is the one who turned on Jay and kicked Jay out of the Bullet Club in the first place. So
right.
For whatever reason, I can see them going down that route, but the Gabe Kidd match compels me way more because that's a 1v1 match. That sounds so much better. So like, I really like your idea with that. So, well, with that, how you feel about? I ain't gonna bend backwards. I'm gonna break my back. How you feel about Spider Lady? She way more flexible than I. How you feel about Spider Lady? Tekla defending against Starlight Kid, SLK, and it's snatching her mask, dropping a loogie in that sucker, and then wildly enough, wearing it to the press conference.
Right. I mean,
it's your fit. You nasty. Hey, who am I?
She's a toxic spider, and I've said it since March. Bro. She is hands down so far for 2026 my favorite wrestler, bar none, male or female. She just is. She's figured it out. The character work. She's got an aura all around her. Her in-ring is ridiculous. Again, my son, not a wrestling fan, very intrigued with her and her athleticism. And, when she bends backwards to do the whole spider thing, oh, my gosh. He was like, yo. He was like, yo. Again, she's got it figured out. She's really in tune with exactly who she is as a character. And I think she's beginning to rub off a little bit on Julia Hart and Sky Blue as well, too, because you see a little bit of that confidence just oozing over into their acts. And they're improving as performers as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what magic happens between Tekla versus Mercedes Moné. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm very interested to see what magic can be created with that.
I want to see that match. I hope they don't change it. I've heard this talk of maybe a potential triple threat. If Willow can get healthy enough, put Willow in there as well, which, hey, I had Willow going all the way and getting the belt in the first place. So if that is the case, cool, I'll ride that wave with you. But here's what I want after. Because you're right, I do like the way Julia and Sky Blue have been kind of building themselves up and growing. And they've been here from the beginning. I want to see them actually grow as talents and get these accomplishments as well. And so, because Chris is leaving them behind. Willow is leaving them behind. We got to catch them back up.
Right.
So this is what I see for the future. I would like to see Tekla go to All In, whether it's in this triple threat or in a singles match. I want to see Tekla lose the AEW Women's World Championship. I want her hungry for more gold, but I don't think she goes all the way. I would love to see her slide on over down to the TBS title. I would love to see her friends and her sisters and Julia and Sky go get the tag belts off the Brawling Birds after All In. Because I predict they win the tag belts off the Divine Dominion.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of a run, but I think the Toxic Sisters should slip it up off of them. And maybe they go a little back and forth with the belts, exchange them back and forth a little bit just to kind of have a little rivalry with the belt, but like let that be where they kind of up themselves in their game and get a little shine, because I don't see them defeating Divine Dominion, but I definitely see a lot of potential with them taking on the Brawling Birds and actually taking the belts off of them at a certain point. So,
I like that idea. I really like that idea. I think the way that Divine Dominion has been presented, I think that with the Brawling Birds knocking them down or knocking them off at All In, that's going to be such a monumental moment, and only for them to lose to the Triangle of Madness, Sisters of Sin, whatever their name is. I think if they did it by no pun intended, nefarious means, I think that would definitely put a feather in their cap, and I like the way you're thinking on that.
And let's play the game out a little bit further. So, because I'm starting to now spitball. Because the whole point of this is I want the Sisters of Sin. Mm-hmm. I want us to want all the gold. I want us to have all the gold shot. I need everybody holding up the belt together. Yes. I don't think Tekla gets back to the world title that fast, and so I need her with the TBS title. So maybe Hikaru Shida loses it to somebody, and then boom, Tekla snatches it up off of them. Hey, I wouldn't mind if Queen Aminata takes it off of Hikaru Shida, and then we run back Tekla and Queen, and they had a little fun rivalry again over the TBS title now. So hey, I ride with that wave as well. But now let's dip a little bit toe in the deeper end of the pool, because the Brawling Birds have now worked their way up to that title shot for the tag team titles. This is coming off of Jamie Hayter losing in that fatal 4-way, not getting that world title. Now we also have Alex Windsor losing against Tekla, losing in the Owen Hart tournament, crying in her husband's arms and everything, out the first round. Our Wembley dream gets the belts. They get to share that moment after Wembley together. They lose it to the Sisters of Sin. And I think if they don't get the belts back, this starts Windsor's descent into becoming a heel, because she is tired of her moment being snatched from her, and her, while looking at her husband grow and glow, gets nothing to shine off of her own. She gets nothing to really sit back and say, this is my accomplishment. And I can see her then eventually from that moment at Wembley to this point breaking because of that.
Dang.
Hey.
That turned dark. That went real dark.
But hey, that's a ring theory for you. That's what I see coming.
Now, with her doing that, descending into that darkness, do you think she would team up with the Triangle of Madness and turn into like maybe a foursome or something like that?
No,
so, if you can't beat him at some point, her husband did it. If you can't beat him, join him, right? Or at least align with him.
Do you think her energy? Do you think she could match the energy though?
No, I don't think she can match the energy. But I do think that she could. No, I don't think she can match that energy, because they're.
I look at it like this.
Yeah.
Let the Sisters of Sin look like MJF at Double or Nothing. When he looked at Kevin Knight like, oh, this is catching me off guard, but oh, you know what? Maybe I fed into you, and some of my evil nature is now dripping off into you, and now, okay. Because I can easily see Tekla walking up the stage and seeing that attack happen and be like, ha, I guess she getting a little toxic too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing like an affiliation. Doesn't mean that she has to be, riding with them, but yeah, definitely some kind of working relationship or something like that. I don't know. It would be interesting to see. But you know what? The thing I'll say this about the heels in AEW, Tony Khan does a great job of booking it so it's like it's not insulting our intelligence. And I trust that whichever direction they do go, that there's a payoff at the end for this type of story that's being told, this direction that they're going into. So either way, I'm interested, man.
So our big Owen Hart Cup winners, Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay. Do we still at this point think it's going to be Will Ospreay versus Omega at All In? Do we think it's going to be, and you lock in? I think we both are locked in. We saying both Mercedes versus Tekla.
Yeah.
At All In, triple threat or singles match aside, it's going to be those two for that women's world title, correct?
Right. I'm locked in right there. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And are you locked in the same with the men's?
Omega versus Ospreay. I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. I think Omega beats MJF next week. And I think Hangman Adam Page gets involved. I think Hangman gets involved. And somehow, some way, because we keep seeing those two talking about Omega and Ospreay run into each other. They started this whole running gag where they're in the trainer's room. And just last night, we saw them in the hallway. And they went from very, friendly to where they're now like, okay, I respect you. However,
you're not my dad.
You're not my dad. So we'll see how that plays out. I think that's exactly. I think either Hangman costs MJF the match, or Andrade costs Hangman the match. Not Hangman, MJF the match, because MJF has gone and made way too many enemies, and I think he's going to come back to bite him. And Omega wins.
Okay.
What's your thoughts?
I don't think it happens next week. I don't. I think chicanery happens, and we delay it almost in that same way that they delayed Punk and Moxley until All In or All Out. But they had the TV match that kind of like shook up the story to get there. I think this shakes up the story to get to Redemption. You have I think we're trying to throw the send off of Redemption. At Redemption, that will be the title match, the official final. This is it. This is all. This ain't no more. And we're going to go through it there. I think this is just to build drama all the way towards Redemption. I don't think this is actually going to be the final bit. I was surprised what MJF said. Because he looked around, he said, and looked at Redemption and said, I've got an idea. And I was like, oh, thank you, buddy. And he said, next week. I said, hey, dog. You had it. What are you doing? So, with that said, I think chicanery next week, we build our way to Redemption. But talking about something that might need a little redemption in the future, we're going to close this Forbidden Door with this. Should Forbidden Door continue as a concept, or does it need to take a break? What do you think?
I think there needs to be more taboo or forbiddenness to it, because, we know that they have a cozy relationship with CMLL and Stardom and New Japan, so the door is not as forbidden as it used to be. If we're going to get some other promotions involved, like Maple Leaf or MLW, then you got something. But until we see someone walk in that we did not expect or have on our bingo cards for the year, we can't say it's really Forbidden Door anymore. At this point, it's more like AEW's version of Global Wars, right? It's not a bad thing, but we just have to switch up the name or something to it like that, But I do think that, Tony Khan is going to do something the week of or around the WrestleMania time in 2027. He hasn't said anything. It's been clearly alluded. And hopefully, like I said, we get some of these strong independent promotions, maybe a GCW that gets involved. AEW performers still wrestle on their cards. And so maybe something like that happens. I don't know. I would love to see that happen. And if that does happen, then yes, that can be called Forbidden Door, because it's been so long since we've seen something like that.
I like that. Would you use Forbidden Door next year as the big show would you use that as the branding for the big show next year?
I'm going to lean towards saying yes, because there's some cachet to it. After I just, pretty much just badmouthed it. Not even so much badmouthed it, but, critiqued it. I would say yes, because Forbidden Door does have a name recognition to it. It's a brand that AEW has used for the last several years.
Would you go with a Double or Nothing or a Revolution more?
I would actually, I'd prefer an All Out. Because now you got all your chips on the table. You're going all out with all these multiple promotions that, hey, you know what? We're going to celebrate pro wrestling this weekend for those people that, those independent promotions that were wanting to put on shows at whatever city that WrestleMania is typically at in I'll just say North America. Because there's so many independent promotions that rely on that foot traffic. It's a celebration of pro wrestling, and give them the chance and the opportunity to say, hey, look, this is going to be our week that we're going to have these fan interaction events. We're going to have smaller promotions compete, have their pro wrestlers perform, and we're going to have end it and cap it on a 2-night event. I think AEW can do a 2-night event. I mean, sheesh, we're doing like 6-hour pay-per-views. Let's go, 4 hours on each night, or even 5 hours on each night, and bring in some other talent, showcase them. I think there's some opportunities that that money can be made, and fans can have a great time at a destination of AEW's choice.
I'm gonna raise you one more, buddy.
Let's hear it.
You want to go all out? What if I want to go all in? There's no location for it next year.
I'm not mad at that.
We don't shake up the entire calendar year and move it to North America and put it at an earlier point in the year. Move the Owen up a little bit so we can all coincide right on time for this show. What about it?
Not mad at that.
It's the most powerful name, in my opinion, that you have. It is your big event that you're building to every year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why not? Since you don't, we haven't. Maybe is Tony playing coy because we're getting all the way to All In London, and at All In London we announce, boom, the next All In, North America, the Rogers Center, or whatever it may be. Okay, I just wanted to be in my neck of the woods. I know I'm spitting the way I'm spitting on it, so it is what it is. But like, okay, cool, Chicago, because let's keep it a buck. Chicago.
Would not be mad at that. Would not be mad at that at all.
There's a 4-hour drive.
Plenty of wrestling history right there. There hasn't been a WrestleMania there in years, so there, like I said, when this was announced that WWE was going to do WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, I said on the NWA podcast that this was a huge opportunity for someone to bridge the gap. And Tony, as smart as he is, recognizes that this is an opportunity for him and other partners to, hey, they're leaving this wide open for us. This is a layup. We can do this. And I think too, to Tony Khan's, business acumen, I think that he can actually do exactly what WWE has done to him right now. Counter program it. Because I mean, Saudi Arabia is how many hours forward? And so WrestleMania is going to start on the West Coast is probably going to start at like 9 o'clock in the morning. You can actually run an event the same day if you wanted to, counter up against them, or maybe just undercut them if you'd like to. There's options there. I'm just spitballing and saying that there's definitely some legs to this and opportunities to be had.
Tony Khan is walking up, strapping that shield to his arm. Keeps biting down. He's over here like, looking at Thanos over there, the big bad fan. And then you just got people swinging in GCW. Hey, Tony, on your left. Portal's opening up. Here comes Fourth Rope Promotions. Here come because God, was it Gunna? No, not Gunna.
Westside Gunn.
Westside Gunn.
Yeah.
Yes. He already has an issue with WWE and all them and how they did him with his tickets and whatnot as well. So
right.
I'll bring him in because he usually is there for WrestleMania weekend. Bring in the whole kit and caboodle. Let's see this show go crazy next year. So I'm excited to see what will come, but I think we might get a hit at All In. So that's my little guess. But speaking of Thanos and the Big Bad Bed, let's go on, take a trip on over to WWE Land, Night of Champions, where, we had some big things popping. We had some little things stopping.
Yeah.
We had Obafemi boom, beating Jey Uso. No tap, Jay. He was rousting the bar. He was hitting the mat, not tapping.
He was rounding the crowd, yeah.
So, but we'll see if he get another shot at Oba out of that. It's going to be probably a faster match, and that's going to be what? Which the plight of Jey Uso, man, I get that people don't like him as a main eventer. Man, watching what they've done to this man's character from the bloodline start of a tragic dude trying to do better for himself that then got swung into a situation that he had to join his family or lose his family. And then he found a way to break up out of that oppression and that battle. And yeah, Roman has acknowledged him at this point and that point, but hear me. I'm going to need a little more of an apology. I need y'all to actually go back and remember some of the nonsense Roman was doing to Jay. If Jay ain't act right, bow, steel chair. And just for no reason, like why? And then JB right by his side next week. Like, okay, like nah, like too many whoopings, too many beat downs. We the same age. You can't give me no whooping, man.
Right.
Get off me, man. What are you doing? So nah, Jay, the CJ where he at being the punk now, he basically being a punk. He run around just being a punk with Fatu. He being a punk with Oba. I don't know. Jumping in for Jimmy. Jimmy can't get nothing done either. And Jimmy just looking like a clown as well. I don't know what's going on with the bloodline, man. I digress. But we got Io Sky, the queen of the sky, beating Liv Morgan, who should have never been there in the first place, who had to get cursed before that match to lose. But okay, she probably going to lose the title off of this. And this, cool. Maybe it wasn't the plan because of Rhea.
Right.
But I'm still not interested either way. I don't know. I'd rather see something different. And, I'm going to come back to Liv in a second. I might go on a tirade. Braun Breaker should have won, but lost.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins putting him to sleep. The unpredictable badass was pretty predictable on this night.
Call that one.
Get rid of that nickname, please. I'm done with that.
Unpredictable. Nah, it's the scripted.
Hey, the Saints did not come marching in.
No.
Ricky Saints lost. That was an L for him. Oh, well. Sadly, Stratton got her win back on Jade. And I'm just like, okay. I get that Charlotte came in and distracted. But Charlotte, you could have got the belt up off her. Like, come on, Charlotte. Dream bigger, girl. Do the math. Get a calculator. Do the math. Oh, my God. But anyway, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Gunther. The main event, Sami Zayn pulls it out, pinning the golden boy himself. How do you feel about Night of Champions, Jay? What stuck out to you on this whole card? What are you happy about? What are you mad
about? I think that it was a subpar card, honestly. The performances weren't as... I hate tribalism. I mean, I love professional wrestling, but if you're going to compare the match quality versus what I saw at AEW, you can't put a candle to it. I mean, I think the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker match was really hard hitting, and that was really good. I knew that Seth Rollins had to win simply because Rollins needed a win to go into the next chapter of the story, to get past the vision, right? The Ricky Starks, Trick Williams match, that was a throwaway match. Ricky Starks is, I don't think, if you were to be honest with yourself, that he is not having the WWE career that we thought he was going to have.
Yeah, that's right.
He should be doing better, but unfortunately, his timing. He came up in a time of Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Javon Evans. Bad timing. If he was signed the contract 6 months earlier or 6 months later, he'd be in better position than what he is right now. So
he could just my opinion. NXT personally. He could have signed when he signed. He didn't. NXT could use him. I'm sorry.
100%. 100%. And even then, I think they would still drop the ball with him too, because I mean, you've got Tony D'Angelo beating a Nakuro. What is his name?
Naraku?
Naraku. I mispronounced his name, and I was like, not so evil. Come on. You got a one-eyed Tony D'Angelo taking this man who used to be a world champion and doing this. Anyway, I digress. But what I'm the most proud of from Night of Champions is it happened exactly the way I called it. Your man Sami Zayn would be pinning the American Nightmare in Saudi Arabia. Happened exactly to a T. I called it on the NWA podcast. And, bro, I'm happy for him because if he didn't do it this time, he was never going to do it because he would not be a credible threat to any world championship going forward. It just would not mean anything like, oh, he's beatable. But now he's got the title. He's now a world champion. I think it's going to be very short-lived, though. Very short-lived. But I think it was a great moment for the people. He speaks the language. He gave them something to go home happy with. It was a WWE moment. And shout out to him because he's been grinding for so long to get to that point to where he is a champion. And honestly, if I'm being honest with you today, I wouldn't mind seeing him have a 4-month, 5-month run with it. Just don't do him like you did Kofi Kingston. Don't do him like you did a Big E. Don't do him. Yo.
If it's okay to be Kofi, is it okay to be Kofi if it's over?
Yes.
Is it okay to be Kofi if it's over?
If we go, okay. If you do him like Kofi and it's Oba doing that, I'm 100% okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. Because, like, one of my favorite shows is The Office. And Michael Scott says, my, how the turntables. Would not mind seeing that. I mean, that would be get back. But that's not going to happen. I would love for it to happen. If it were to happen, I got you dinner, bro. I got you dinner. I will Venmo you dinner, bro. I would love for that to happen. Yes. But overall, I think the moment for me was Sami Zayn winning, and I'm happy that he won. He's getting he's getting the shine that he greatly deserves. So kudos to him for that.
Listen, y'all, before I even get into any of this, y'all, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button. I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button. I need you to jump on the drive for 500. Go hit us up on Patreon. Go hit us up everywhere on YouTube. 500 YouTube subscribers, 500 Patreon subscribers. We are hustling and bustling towards that. Hey, follow us all over all our socials, all over everything. We are on Headcanon Graps / Ring Theory. That's the personal channel for this whole show. So we got it all. We add new stuff all over there. So follow us on our IG. We got it on the ticker below. Do that because I'm about to drive us right into the ocean because my, oh my, I did not need this Sami Zayn title win right now. I'm so sorry. You are destroying all that you have built prior to. Look, I want Sami to win. I'm very happy Sami won. And like a part of my heart, I really am happy he won. But like, yo, you fed Cena a weak ass tap to Gunther. You fed my dog AJ Styles after a whack ass Dragon Lee title run, which, yes, I hear you. It was fun, good in-ring matches, but that man ain't never met Dragon Lee off the street. So why is he tagging with him? I'm sorry, get him out of there. But you fed him to Gunther. And you said, okay, he's the career killer now. He's untouchable. He's snatching masks. He's doing this, that, and the other. He can't get past Cody. Cody. Sammy can beat Cody, but Gunther can? And I go, okay, like, are we back at SummerSlam? Was it 99? Bro, Jesse didn't want to raise the hand of the heel, so okay, Mick Foley got to win, so then that way Gunther can get it later. Come on, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, I'm so sorry. I love Sammy, and I want Sammy to have that triumphant babyface win. But, yes, he has a new character, and it's very interesting. But I don't think it was like really culminating with this world title reign. Like it did not. This story does not feel like it was at a point for him to win. And yes, you could say, "Oh, that's like shocking and ooh and ah," but like if you smack him down real quick and he loses off the first defense, what are we doing here, folks? Are you just trying to jazz me up like some Zataran's rice for just a little bit of fun until we get to SummerSlam? Like, get out of here! Like, stop. Because, like, if you were really telling the story the way you should have been, me hearing a Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso match, the two friends, the one person that really broke through Jey Uso's shell when he was literally in his own oppressed age to help him break out and become a new person, the person that really pushed him to become main event Jey Uso on his own, that person, and now he's the world champion after Jey got it, and now they're both at this newer, higher level, challenging each other at a summer. That could be such a grand story. But have you built it? Have you done anything about it? No, you're too busy writing Unreal. And so you can show that shit and show your ass. Hey, I'm good, buddy. I don't need it. I'm gonna watch Unreal. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna watch it. And that's because I'm not gonna just sit here and shit on it. And then we get a couple months down the line, y'all. All right, I'm reviewing it, and then we pull up a clip like, "Hey, he said he was shit." Yeah, I'm shit on it. Because y'all don't need to be doing that. Y'all need to be focused on the actual show, and then let the fruits and the fat of your land then feed Unreal. But nah, y'all too busy doing left, right, and everything else but driving down the main road. So just get on the story. Write stories. Stop worrying about the dang profits and write stories. Make good. I don't know what society's going with everybody just screaming for profits right now. But like, y'all, write good video games. Write good stories in wrestling. Write good movies. Just do the shit, y'all. And stop charging so much damn money. I'm still going to pay for the $100 version of Grand Theft Auto. Stop charging all that damn money, man. The
hell? This economic grant brought to you by Headcanon Grabs.
But lastly, and I'm not going to dive into this rant too much, but when I'm going to dive back to that Liv thing, Liv, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing with Women's World Championships?
Oh, man.
So I'm going to create a video. I've already been working on all the stats for it, but WWE has a Women's World Championship problem, especially when it comes to booking them.
Talk about it.
Go all the way back throughout this entire Triple H reign and era. And a lot of these stories, a lot of these reigns are shit. There's nothing behind them but just numbers and emptiness. And we're going to dive into that, including Liv. Miss, I ain't defended my belt once since Mania.
Talk about it.
So I'm good on a lot of WWE's booking. I'm good on a lot of WWE's just lazy pat myself on the back type. Let's give a break. It's like video games now. And that's why I brought up the video games. I'm going to build the whole video game now. And unlike the PS2 games where we used to just drop the whole thing for you, and then maybe we'll go make another disc and drop some DLC for you. Nah. Nowadays, it's make the whole game, chop, 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 chop. I'm going to take this bit. And now like that, how they'll take the game and give you a piece of the game and then sell the other half as DLC. They are basically like, okay, instead of giving you a whole good story, we can just parse out these matches. Now, sometimes I like waiting because, like, the Cody and Punk, when we get to that, I think that's going to be really great. And I've loved that every Mania, every Rumble season, those two just come back, and it's almost like cousins seeing each other at the family reunion. They just got to talk, and hey, good to see you, pal. Hey, I see you got that Benz. I see you got that Bentley. Hey, but I see you. Hey, oh. And they just comparing and talking. I see you out there on the track. I see you on the track. And I love the competitive nature of that. But for some of these other stories, long term, Oba, I don't want to wait till Mania. Don't sparse it out.
Yeah.
Why are you sparsing it out? But hey, they killed Sammy on the way to do a WWE Championship Hell in a Cell career match. Cool. But like, why can't we build multiple main eventers? We've done that before in this company. Why can't we build multiple main eventers at once? Why is Braun suffering? Why are so many characters? Braun, Gunther, a Ricky. Ricky should be a much better heel at that level and at that card. They should be able to put the engine and the motion behind these folks. Jey Uso should be a better character. To the point that the internet, then if you wouldn't write him and put him in, okay, some of it's wrestling too. Some of it's wrestling. I've asked that man to get a new finishing move for over a year. He ain't got no new finishing moves. Oh, well, I don't know. Hey, maybe he is tag. I don't know. I love Jey Uso, but I don't know. I digress. Maybe it's just not for him. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. But I digress. All I need from them is to lock in with their stories, not only just for SummerSlam, but moving forward. By God, I'm sick of your profits. I'm sick of your ads. I'm sick of your nonsense. But shout out to Nick Aldis. He might be coming back. So, hey, you know what? Shout out to the former NWA champion who was reigning for so long.
Champion. Yeah. Would not mind seeing that. Wouldn't mind seeing Gunther retire him if that's the case.
Oh, damn. You say he come out, grand opening, grand closing. He's gone already.
He ain't retired anybody in a few months. So, I mean, the whole career killer moniker is, gone a little stale. So, need to kill somebody else's career. So, who we got? Nick Aldis, you want to get back in the ring so bad. Okay, here you go.
Okay, that's how you got to beat him.
Pierce, you want some?
Shut up. Leave Pierce alone. But with that, we're going to wrap up the show today, y'all, because we want to give everybody a little energy to recover from the hot summer that has been. And so, Jay, hit us with your socials, hit us with where they can find you, and hit us with what's coming next for you.
Yeah, so first of all, shout out to Omar and Javier from Small Package Wrestling Podcast. Those brothers up from Northern California, ran into them. So shout out to you guys. My Instagram is at Jerek, all caps, JEREK _wins. Same thing on my Twitch channel. I need to start putting out some exclusives, and I will be doing that as well. Also, you can check us out here at Headcanon Graps X Ring Theory right here, this channel on YouTube, and that's where you see supporting my guy Trip Rogers. We just posted an interview with him. He will be facing Frank Kazarian next weekend, as a matter of fact, as we're recording this. So over in the Central Valley, so in California. So shout out to him on that. So again, we're going to be doing more interviews, posting more, exclusive content on our Patreon. So if you're not following on that, be sure to, pay the $3 for the entry, get all access to all kinds of info, for professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, pop culture, all of that, so you tap into the culture and lock in with Nefarious. So that's what I got going on. And, yeah, it's been a great month, man. And again, shout out to everybody that I ran into at, Forbidden Door. And, yeah, again, great time.
Well, again, shout out to you for going and hitting that media experience for Forbidden Door and giving us that live coverage. Hey, we getting ourselves out there. We Forbidden Door. We had Double or Nothing.
Yep.
We've had Ring of Honor shows.
Yep.
We've had Revolution. We out here. Sir. And we might have future shows coming still. So lock into Nefarious for our live coverage, for our thoughts, for those ring theories that go where could we be going in the future? What would we like to see? What could have been? We're going to talk about it all right here on the Drive for 500. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, lock in, hit that bell so when we go live, when we dropping our videos, you'll be the first to know. But hey, that's it. That's all for July. Peace and chicken grease. Check us on the next NWA podcast on Post Wrestling. Catch us on all the socials and everything. Peace and chicken grease.
See ya.